Hey guys, just wanted to sit down today and make a video out here fishing, trying to find a gap between airboats blowing by. But you don't even have to be close to them and you can't hear anything. So trying to find a gap between airboats to make a little video here. But I wanted to make a video on what I think is probably one of the most overlooked things that a bass fisherman needs all the time. It's one of those things that if I don't have it with me, I'll immediately be kind of worried about it. It'll spin me out just a little bit because I know that I need one on the boat at all times. What it is a hook sharpener, and they're incredibly cheap. And I mean, this one's I don't even know how long I've had this one. It's called an Easy Lap, and I mean, I'm sharpening my hooks all the time, and especially I think a lot of people just overlook it because it's something you don't think about. A lot of times you switch out hooks and stuff, but it doesn't take much to dull a hook down really quickly. And especially things like a spinner bait, anything if you're fishing around rock, not even rock, but especially rock. Dragging stuff along the bottom and everything, you don't even have to get hung up, and you can just knock that against one rock or something and fold the tip over on your hook, which is something you don't have to throw out the hook. If you fold a little tip over, you can literally just take this and file it right back down and you're good to go. But worm hooks, anything, all the time, I keep this thing in my pocket. I'll pull it out, sharpen a hook up. And I will say, tournament days, obviously, if I have something available, like a brand new, right out of the box, I'm going to switch to it. But during the day, especially around all these lily pads, stuff like that, you pull it around through all this stuff, and eventually you're going to do something to dull that hook down. Just over time, it doesn't take much to dull a hook down just a little bit, and it takes 2 seconds to sharpen it back up. And that's the big thing, is that a hook that's sharp, one, you don't have to set the hook as hard, but you're going to get a better hook in them because it's all about that little sticky end to it. If you feel the end of a hook, and if it's doesn't feel like it can prick your finger if you just touch it, then it needs to get sharpened. And especially for tournaments and stuff like that, because you're wanting to land everything. And it's like the last tournament here, when I was on the Kissimmee chain, I was fishing the lily pads and stuff, and throughout the tournament I only lost one fish that I hooked in the pads, and I wasn't having to set the hook hard or anything. I kept my hook sharp, and you just lean into them, and if you have that really fine tip on that, it makes it to where you don't have to pop it, and that hook doesn't rip their mouth. And that's something that it took me, once I realized what was happening and how that works with hook sets. The harder you set the hook, especially with a dull hook or something like that, it's not going to pierce in, it's going to jab, and it might not grab a lot. And those are those fish that you'll hit them, and then it'll just kind of go slack on you. That's that hook not actually penetrating, because once it goes through the skin, you just got to pull it, and it'll just slide in and get the majority of the hook. But when you yank on them, especially with a dull hook, instead of it hitting, piercing, and just pushing in, you're hitting, and then it just might grab, and all you're getting is just a thin layer of skin. But when you pull into them with a sharp hook, that's when you'll bury it in, and you just hold on and you won't lose them. And that's why I think a hook sharpener is so important, is because sharp hooks are incredibly important when it comes to getting a good hook in a fish. So that's what I think. A lot of guys don't think about it. A lot of guys don't even carry them in their boats. They don't sharpen their hooks, and they'll fish all day around rocks and things like that and not even think about that, a few hours in, probably their hook was dull. So that's my take on the whole situation. Tell me what you guys think. Thanks for watching.